Let's start the next topic, that is pandas. Right. So let me share the screen. Right. Okay. Let's create a new notebook, and I have uploaded the notebooks to the LMS. Please check whether you can download them. Mm. So let's start pandas. So similarly, we have to import pandas to our working directory or uh, to the notebook. Right, let's import pandas as PD. So right, so normally we can import the numpy as well, numpy as np. uh, so in pandas, basically we have in pandas we have two types of data structures. First one is series, right? And the other one is the data frames. It is raining heavily out of here. Sometimes you might hear the thundering. Right? So there are two types of data structure. There is a series and the data frames. So basically in pandas, we have, so, I will show you the pandas series and pandas data frames separately, then you will understand the difference. Right? So let's first create the pandas series. So A is equals to PD dot series. Right, so you can create a series. Again, you can pass a list to this to create a series. So I'm just typing some values. Now this is my first series. So let's print the series and see how it is. Now you can see that there's a difference. Not like the NumPy ND array or one-dimensional array. So it has some index. So you can see the index, right? So in the NumPy arrays, one-dimensional arrays, you did not see this index, right? So in pandas series, you can see the index, and you can actually print the values separately. So a dot values, so it will print the values as a array, right? So you can see that it is array, right? And you can print the index, right? So now in here, index is starting from 0 to 7. So it is showed that start in 0, stop at 8, and step is 1. So can you see that some similarity with the NumPy in a range function, and this is kind of array, right? So in the Panda series, uh, you can view the index and the value, and both these things are separately accessible. Right? Now we can define a series with our own index. That is the interesting part of series. So let's create another series. So these things were not able in the NumPy series. Let's create a series with 5 values, and you can give the index. Index equals, uh, let's give letters A, B, C, D, E, and E. Fine. Now this is my series. So I can define the index as well. But if you can remember the NumPy, so in NumPy, this in the arrays, you can access the elements by using the index, but you cannot define your own index. But in pandas, you can define the index. So let's see the values of this. It is simply a array and b dot index. Now you can see that it is again like a list. Okay. So this is the Panda series. So you can do all the arithmetic operations and everything to this series. So a say plus 10, so it will add 10 to all the elements. So a into 10 will multiply by 10 by all the elements, right? So you can do all the arithmetic operations. Uh, Now let me show something, some interesting thing. That is that dictionary. Uh, it's the dictionary I have created in the previous section for pandas. So let's take the same dictionary. So you can see, right, now this is a dictionary. So we can let's see dictionary. Now we can convert the dictionary ABC to series. That is by PD of series ABC. So now I have converted that uh, dictionary to a series ABCS. So these are my index and these are the values. So ABC S dot index ABCS dot values. Sorry, ABC. So, so you can use this the NumPy, sorry, the Panda series based on your requirement. And so, if you want this kind of there's this kind of a requirement in your application, then you can use the series. So the thing with the series is it is one dimension, it is not two dimension. So if you want to go with the two-dimensional thing, then we have to work with the data frames. So let's create a simple data data frame. And so for that also I will use uh, dictionary. So you should have multi-dimensional data. Not multi-dimensional, you should have two-dimensional data. In say command and soon. Then let's take age. 50, 25, right? 30, 40. Then what else? Address. mm, 20. um, Codes. So I have created a dictionary with multiple values. So let's try to create a data frame out of this. So ABC data frame and data frame. So let's pass this and see what it creates. Let's see it. Right. So this is the pandas data frame. So this thing is mainly used when you are taking kind of two-dimensional data, like if you are using a huge data set to do some analysis kind of thing or for machine learning stuff. So if you are doing something like that, then these pandas data frames are very important because you get a similar representation like what you see in Excel. And this is what you see in the Excel. Right? So it is a very similar representation like that. It's a tabular representation. So if you want your data in a tabular representation, then you can use Pandas data frame. So let's see what we can do with this data frame. So when you are importing, so you can see that it is using this the index starting from 0. So you can put your own index. Index equals, let's say, let's start from 1, 2, 3. So it's starting with 0. Let's start with 1, 2. So you can change the index. Then we can extract some of the data from this data frame, like uh, data frame, and let's pass not extract actually. Let's say taking this dictionary, and I want only only some set of columns. If you want to select only a set of columns, then you can do it like this. So now it is city address. Right? So now it extract only these two columns from the dictionary, not the entire thing. Right? And if you want, you can save it into a separate data frame with columns. So these are some of the things that you can do with this pandas and series. So there are other lot of features available with this. So I just showed you some of the things that you can do with the pandas series and data frames. So mainly these things are used in when you are doing some data analytics things and machine learning stuff. So these pandas data frames are very important. So normally you can use them in quite a lot. You can use these pandas data frames actually, not the series. So series is not that much used, but you can use pandas series the data frames quite a lot when you are doing the data analytics things, right? So I will upload this sheet as well, and I will give you some online reference materials for these things. And the final package that I am planning to discuss is the matplotlib. So let's take another uh, data, sorry, notebook. Uh, right. So we are going to represent the data. Actually, we are going to plot the data using matplotlib. So not this matplotlib package is very complex, very sophisticated, right? A package can use it starting from plotting a line to drawing an image, right? So it's very advanced package. So I will just show you some of the features available in the matplotlib, so you can further. So let's import numpy as np and import pandas as ad, and let's import matplotlib. So import uh, matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. So again, this is how the people use, right? plt. Some documents you will see as pe, some documents you will see as plt. So let's go with what others use. So import the packages. And when you're trying to import, if the matplotlib is not installed in your system, then it will give you an error. So we'll see what it gives. So in my system, I have matplotlib installed because with the Anaconda, you most probably you will get all these packages. So let's try to plot something. So to plot, I should need some data. So let's use NumPy in PA range, and let's get some values. I have 10 values now. So let's plot this PLT plot. Hey, very simple, right? So it plot the values. Right? So this is not the plot should be, right? So let's improve this plot. So I will show you what are the things that you can do with the plot. So plt dot plot uh, a, and you can change the colors and the shapes, right? So so when I put R, it will display the line in red, and RO, so it will be display the dots. So there are few shapes available. So you can try out these things. So not all the shapes, you can't use all the shapes in the keyboard, but some of them are there. It's the star, O, line. I'm not sure whether plus is available. Yes, plus is also available. So there are few shapes that you can use, and you have some colors: green, default is blue, yellow. You have some colors as well. So colors and shapes are there. Right. Then let's gradually improve this plot. normally you can put plt.show. It is not relevant in this matplotlib, sorry, Jupyter notebook because you can will display anyhow. But normally we put this plt.show as well. Right, let's put some axis values. So in here it is just put some axis values, but we can define the axis values that we want. Right, axis 0 to 10 and 0 to 10. Okay. Right. So for x-axis, I have put 0 to 10. So for y-axis, I put 0 to 8. 12 here. So you can put the values in the axis. So up to which value that you want. And get the title to the plot. So that is plt.title. Right. So now you have a title in your plot. Right. Okay, so what about the weather condition of your area? So are you guys having rain? Because for the UCSC, we are having heavy rain with thundering. Still, we have power, but I got some messages that the other faculties do not have power as well. But luckily, we have power and internet at the UCSC. So hope you can see the screen and hope you can hear what I say. Ah, yes. Okay. So it seems that most of you have rain. So anyway, we'll complete this quickly, and I will upload everything. So you can watch. You can try out this later. Right. So I can put label to the x and y axis as well. So let's put labels to x-axis. X label. So when you press tab, it will suggest to the similar thing, right? So x label, x-axis. This plt dot y label y-axis, right? X-axis, y-axis. Okay. Then what else? And you can label not any point, but anywhere in the plot, you can put some labels. So let me show you how to put some labels. So it comes under text, text, and you have to give the coordinates. Right? So the x-axis coordinate and the y-axis coordinate, and whatever the text that you want to put in text. So it will be displayed in that particular location. So if you want to label some of this point, so you can use the coordinates. So let's say 2, 2, 2, and 2. So it will display in that location. So you can label any point in your plot. Right? Uh, then let's say if you want to add some grid, so that is also available. So input plt.grid, and inside you have to pass as 2. Now we create a grid. Uh, right. What else? The legend. Okay, so can put the legend. If you have multiple type of data, then you can put a legend. Or only to have multiple data, but you can put the legend. Use legend. Mm, so you have to pass the data as we call a list. So let's say data one. So it will display the legend. If you have multiple data, then this legend will be very handy. It shows the tick as well as the name. So that is the legend. So this is a pretty good chart, right? So because you know that it is sometimes it is difficult to draw charts using other tools like the like word processing tools, so spreadsheet tools. It is kind of difficult to draw actually what we require, right? But if you are very fluent in this package, you can create a well, I mean, very clear graphs. So if you are interested, please familiar with this package, and for your maybe if you are doing a research or some kind of documentation. So if you put this kind of charts, so it gives some value. So if you are publishing something, let's say research, if you can include the graph drawn from this matplotlib, then it is people who are reading knows that you have drawn it using the matplotlib, right? Because it is clear than the other tools, and it is easy because you have seen that it is straightforward. Once you give the commands, it goes as it is, right? Because otherwise, in other tools, it might jump here and there, but in this case, it is no just fixed, right? So uh, so please try this one. Let's try to put some multiple data. So you can plot multiple data values in the same graph like this, right? So I have put two different uh, the value sets. So you can draw the different multiple data in the same graph, right? And we can do something interesting like this. So the matplotlib has the feature to put we call these subplots, right? So let's represent these two in two subplots. So I will explain you subplot. First, I will just show you how to do it, and then I will explain you one to one. That's subplot. 1, 2, 3. Let's see whether it works. So it works. Now everything is mixed up. So let's remove all these unwanted things. Right. Now we have plot those two different data sets in subplots. Right. So in the subplot, this is the very important thing, the number. Right. So you might think, what is the number that I have used? So this is very simple. It's not that hard. Right. So one means the first number one means the number of rows that I have. So I have only one row. Right. So 2 means the number of columns that I have. So 1, 2. So first you say the number of rows. The second is the number of columns that you have. And 1, 2 is the first cell and the second cell. And so I will show you how to make it more complex. Right? So let's try to draw 4 graphs. Right? So with 2 columns and 2 rows. So 2 columns, 2 rows. I'm repeating the same thing. First, second, third, and fourth. Right. Now I have 2 rows, 2 columns. That's why I have 2, 2 there. And 1 means this one, 2 means this one, 3 means this one, and 4 means this one. Right. So you can decide the number of subplots that you want, and you can create this kind of a grid. Right. So we call these things as subplots. Right. So this is how the numbering works. The number of rows, number of columns, and the cell that you are going to put your plot. So that is the subplots. Right. Now let's go to do some histograms. So let's do some histograms. So to draw histogram, I should have some data. So data equals. So now you know how to create random data. Random. But let's take random integers, right? Random integers starting from 0 to 100. And I need some 100 values, right? And this is my data set, random integers. So let's draw a histogram. So plt.hist histogram. So you have to put the data. And in histograms, you know that we have to have bins. Right? So I'm going to define 5 bins, so 10 bins. Right? So it will draw the histogram for us. Right? So plt.show. When you put plt.show, this error message, these things will be vanished. Right? So this is how you do a histogram. So all the other things are there, and you can apply all the other that we discussed before, axis, y-axis, and all the things. So all the other things are there. So the only difference I make is this histogram, the number of things. This is how you draw a histogram. And you can draw uh, pie charts. Right? So for pie charts, we should have values. Let's create, just type some values, 20%, 25%, 15%, 40, 60, 40 values. Then the labels, A, B, B, C, and D. So four labels, and you can define the colors as well. You know, red, green, blue, yellow. Those are my colors. So plt.py. That's how you draw a pie chart. Right? So I have to give the values. Then the labels. So labels equals label, and then the colors equals C. Pat.show. And you can put the legend. Plt.legend to see whether this works. Mm, Legend is already there. So you can draw a pie chart. So these are some of the charts that you can draw, right? And in Matplotlib, you can draw three-dimensional charts as well. So it is not that easy, but you have to do quite a lot coding to create that 3D environment. But anyhow, it supports the 3D graphs as well. Right? So these are some basic, very basic drawings, but it supports that kind of some advanced drawings as well. And this Matplotlib package is actually it provides some interactive. You can draw some interactive graphs as well. So when you hover over these points, it will do some or it will show something. So you can do something like that as well. So it is very powerful package. Is Matplotlib. So when you are doing say image processing stuff, uh, so if you want to display the image, then you can use Matplotlib. So using Matplotlib, you can display the image in the in your notebook. Right? So this is very, I mean, kind of advanced package, right? So these are the things that actually I want to demonstrate you, and I have upload an activity, I mean, to the LMS. So I actually plan to do it, uh, give it as a group activity, not an assignment. Right? So this course module does not have any assignments. So it is just for fun. So I was planning to give it as a group activity and ask you guys to do it. But due to this weather condition, I think most of you, if you want to do it, we can do in the class. So no problem with that because I have the power, I have the internet, and I have other things here at UCSC. I don't know about you guys. So if you're okay, we can do the activity and do some demonstration. If not, we can end the class for today. and you can do the activity by yourself. So it's up to you. So if you wish, we can do it as a group activity. So what do you think? If you're okay, we can do it as a group activity. So anyhow, I have uploaded to the LMS. If you want, I can create the breakout rooms and put you guys into the group and ask you to do it. Because the things in the activity, I haven't discussed them in this demonstrations. I haven't discussed some of those things. So you have to find out it by yourself. So it will be more interesting if you do it as a group activity, not as a individual activity. So if you want, I can create that breakout rooms and put you into the breakout rooms. What do you say? Shall we do it? Yes. Okay, so then let me create some breakout rooms. So you can try out that activity with your friends. So I will create five, five breakout rooms. So there'll be 4 to 5 members in a group. So you can do it by with your friends, and let's see how it goes. Right? Okay. So I create the breakout room. So join the breakout room and please try out it with your friends.